All right, let's now get the very latest and welcome legal analyst Elton Hart to unpack the charges that the state is bringing against the alleged corruption by the accused at Transnet. Elton Hart joining us now. Elton, a very good afternoon to you and thank you so much for your time. What do you make of these latest charges and what here is the distinction between the latest arrests and that of 2022 on similar charges involving the procurement of 1,064 locomotives in 2012?
Unati, if I look at it from where I'm sitting, I don't really see a difference in the charges compared to the 2022 charges. What I see is that the state is now most probably duplicating some of the work that has been done and some of the charges that has been formulated. For me, and I've listened to the gentleman very quickly, he referred to the 3 sets of contracts that was awarded. Why not deal with them as count 1, count 2, and count 3? Because the witnesses that you would tend to call in the 2022 charges compared to the witnesses, it will be a similar witnesses that will be called to come and actually testify about the bidding processes, how you go about certain things. So I think them now going in small chunks after these guys might just distort the state's case instead of helping the state's case to actually prove that there was a flouting of processes. I would think that you should be actually compacting these things and actually combining them to actually prove that on a number of occasions this was the modus operandi of the group and this is how they flouted the processes, instead of trying this piece here and trying that piece there, trying to create a bigger picture. I think it will complicate the case more than helping the case.
I mean, the NPA official in that previous clip saying that this is really a complex matter emanating from state capture. I mean, how do you think the staggering of these cases can possibly ensure successful prosecution? I do, of course, understand what you're saying when you say that they should have combined these cases.
No, for me, I think they want to first go and say, because you look at this one, it's a 93 million contract. And for them, in their heads, I think they want to first try a small case or a small contract to see how they can actually do it. And if they get it right to actually convict these guys, then they will most probably have a precedent to follow for the bigger type of contracts. Because you heard he talks about the 100 locomotives that was purchased first, and then there's a 95 and some other 1,000. So I think what they're trying to use this case, or it looks to me like a guinea pig case, and if it flops, then they still know that they have not pressed charges on the big case, and maybe they can remedy it there. It might be a way of doing it, but it might also show to the defense and to the accused persons what hand is the state playing. So then it's a two-edged sword. So I don't see how wise it is to stagger these things. And also we need to know that witnesses starts dying off, then a witness start becoming unavailable to the state to actually prove certain things. So the quicker you get a witness to testify, give all the evidence, get cross-examined, then we know we've got that evidence on record. So for me, staggering it might be problematic to the state.
And I mean, we've seen, of course, in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court that they were all granted bail of 50,000 rands, which the state did not oppose. The focus now really does shift on the NPA, doesn't it? Just given, you know, its other cases that it has not been successful with, particularly as we talk about the Zondo Commission. How important is it for the NPA to now make sure that this particular case does stick?
No, indeed, the pressure is on. The NPA does not have a corner to hide in even, because all these cases that emanated from the state capture reports and the evidence that was led and gathered at state capture, most of these cases, at least they got now leave to appeal, and they in the case in, I think it was the Nulane case or Nulani, that case, they got some relief to say that they can appeal that judgment that was given in that case. But a lot of the cases were sort of half withdrawn, and it shows that the investigations was either not done properly or there's still a lot of outstanding investigation. But because of the pressure from public and also other spheres of government to actually keep people accountable, they rush through certain things. And these are specialized complex cases that you need actually a complex team of a highly specialized team of prosecutors to actually do the actually prosecution of these cases. So you can't just rush through these cases. And I think they are particularly under pressure to get it right this time, because the public are looking and already doubting the ability of the NPA.
So they're back in court in August of this year. What are we likely to see, particularly, just given how this might be one of those lengthy cases?
No, you will just most probably see on August the 6th that there will be a postponement, because I heard already from gentlemen from the NPA speaking, saying that they're still busy with investigations. And because of the complex nature of this types of charges that is laid against or leveled against the accused, I don't think the investigation would have been completed by then. And then if it is complete, the state will have to then actually provide the docket content to the defense. So it will inevitably lead to another postponement. And I think it would be a lengthy postponement, because they have to go through the docket content, consult with their clients, and then decide as to what type of applications, if any, is going to be brought before we can actually get to a situation where we have a pre-trial. So you might still see this case not running. Maybe a trial date might be set only somewhere around next year, June, if everything goes according to plan.